What's up, guys? We are here and we got a collab announcement, Archeworld and One Planet partnership announcement. Pretty cool, and we have some bigger news to share in just a couple of days. So stay tuned to that. It's going to be a BSLT giveaway in the next video, right? So we're going to give away 10,000 BSLT personally in the next video. And it's going to be all about this One Planet partnership and a collab because we have a sponsorship with them. They have sponsored me for the next video. So look forward to that. Get ready. Be fast. First one there is going to win some BSLT, and then we're going to do a raffle as well. For all the full details, you got to watch that next video. But let's talk about some more news. This is definitely bullish. Partnerships of any kind of promotion is bullish for the game, right? More people are going to see it if it's being on a new exchange or a different website. Planet Popper and One Planet is a great exchange. More about that in the next video. But on top of that, let's take a look at another bullish factor here. So this is OpenSea. These are the Archeworld Polygon lands, and you'll notice that the volume has just cratered, right? But we have started to see a uptick right here. So things are starting to sell, and they're starting to sell for a little bit more. And this, I think, is a very telling sign. So 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I was trying to buy the small lands for 20 Matic, as were a couple other people, right? So as we all advertised, hey, we want to buy small lands for 20 Matic, they were about 23, 22, 21 Matic on the site. And you can see some people picked up some small lands for 22, 23 Matic. So we've seen this little price drop down all the way there. And you'll notice that there are several different people that are actually picking them up. So it's not just one big whale or one person buying all of them. But in the last like 3-4 days, lots of different people, different wallet addresses are buying them. Of course, we had this big, well, I wouldn't say big, but we had this mini whale here pick up like 5 of them in a row, clearing out the floor at 24 on the small lands. And now, what is really positive about this is today we've seen new people, new wallets come in and start buying the small lands at 28, 30 Matic. So the price is an upward trajectory, and the lowest price right now is 30 Matic. So once again, the only reason that you buy land NFTs is if you believe that the game is going to, thrive in the future, if you want to invest in the future of Archeworld. So with the land prices starting to see a small uptick here, it shows that the people are willing to purchase these land NFTs, believe that the future is bright, and believe that, hey, 20 Matic or 22 Matic is just way too damn cheap. And I tend to agree with them, right? That's why we put that buy order in. Hey, I'll buy it for 20 Matic. We did pick up a couple of these, a couple weeks ago, around like I think 30 Matic or so, and then we were picking up some of the larges and extra larges as well. So the prices rebounding here is very telling. Another thing that to me is very telling, we can't show you right now since we're down on maintenance, but the tier 6 weapons and armors. In game, you see almost no tier 6 weapons and armors being offered for sale on the auction house. And there's only a very few amount of them being sold on OpenSea. So you can look at equipment over here. There's just a couple, right? And so people, especially the high-end players, if they're dissatisfied and angry with the game and don't think that the game is going to go, go well and do well in the future, they're going to sell and try and get some money back, right? But there's only 4 pieces of gear up for sale on the OpenSea NFT website. In game, there's like 1 on both the Asia server and the North America server, and I believe that's just my bow that's up for sale. So there's no one really selling any tier 6 weapons and armors, right? And if anyone is selling tier 6 weapons and armors, they get purchased fairly quickly, right? But no, I don't think anyone is actually selling them. I think all the higher end whale players are actually quite satisfied and happy with the game. The token price also saw that slight rebound. Let's see what it's at today. So it saw that slight rebound up to 2.4 and then dipped down into 2.2. Let's check it out today. But I do think that we might be seeing an uptrend. So it's dipped down a little bit once again. So you can see dip down from there. We're at 2.1. I mean, I think we still have a good chance to rock it up, guys. Like these things, all these things together are telling me like, hey, once the game starts releasing content, so we have this month in January, we have ancestral skills and we also have remote harvesting and processing. Those two things are coming. So hopefully either today in this update or next week or the following week. We got 3 more updates potential for this January. And then in the future, we have a new dungeon. We have advanced tier 3 Luna gems, and we also have more scrolls and potions and such, advanced items like that. So there is things to look forward to in the future, and they are constantly updating. They are also, once again, constantly making promotions, and they are going to advertise the game. So all these things, to me, are very, very bullish for Archeworld, and I'm excited to see where this game goes. I've said it multiple times. I think the game will be around 5 years. We're a year into this, a year and a half roughly into this, and, you know, proved everyone wrong that was like, oh, the game's going to die in a week. The game's going to die in a month. The game's going to die in 6 months. You know, I still believe that the game will be here in 5 years. We don't know what the token price will be. We don't know where the game assets will be, but I do think that the game will be playable, will be here, and will be alive and well in 5 years. Now, there's a lot of people that may disagree with this and say, hey, well, the game might be here, but there might only be like 5 players on the server, because even though right now people are complaining that there's no one to PvP, no one to fight, no one to interact, and this may be true on some servers, right? But on the North America server 1, there definitely is PvP going around. It's not 50 versus 50. A lot of those players have quit, right? We're seeing like 15 versus 15 or 20 versus 20 small scale PvP, which to me is what I wanted out of Archeworld overall. You know, like a smaller scale PvP like that rewards individuals. If you have a 50 versus 50, you personally really don't matter in that 50 versus 50, right? You're just a little minion doing pew, 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 pew. But if it's a 20 versus 20, like your skill and playability actually matters a lot more because you're a bigger, bigger number in that ratio, right? So the 50 versus 50 is great for Zergs and just like, hey, yeah, this is fun. But it's also bad for the longevity, I think, of the game. Because, right, so you have 50 versus 50. One side loses. What are the losers going to do? The losers are going to quit. The losers are going to cry. The losers are going to whine. So slowly, it's going to be 50 versus 40. And then 50 versus 20. And 50 versus 5. And then that's it. So the winners have beaten the losers. And this is just inherently a problem with MMORPGs. Now those 50 people get to free farm the server, and now they'll be like, well, I'm bored, there's nothing to do. And so they either splinter off into smaller guilds and fight each other, or they go ahead and quit and leave as well, right? Like if they're not here to play the game and to progress their character, they're just going to end up leaving. So those big wars look kind of fun and are like exciting for some people, but I think inherently it's really bad because also same thing when you do castle sieges, right? If you do a 50 versus 50 castle siege, the winner in an MMORPG wins the castle. Not only do they win the castle or the land, now they're going to get the benefits of whatever the castle or land gives them. The losers, not only did they lose, and so their morale is down, but they have now lost resources. They've lost an advantage. The winning team now gets castle resources and activities or whatever. Like they get the benefit of owning the castle. The losers don't. So they're further behind. It's going to be harder for them to actually catch up to the winners now. So it's a snowballing effect in an MMORPG where the winning side wins more because by winning, they're gaining resources. This is why it doesn't really work in an MMORPG, right? These kind of systems where, hey, 50 versus 50, we're going to fight and someone's going to win a castle. Sounds great on paper, but it just doesn't work. In a MOBA or in a like Battle Royale game, something that resets, this works because there's no advantage for winning the game. So if you have 50 versus 50 and you have a castle siege, you win the game, like, yay, cool, we won the game. The whole point is to win the game. And the game resets, starts over. You don't keep that castle for the next game and keep getting stronger than your opponents in those MOBAs, in the kind of like Battle Royale games. So that's why it works in that kind of environment, is because they reset everything, everyone starts fresh, and the game is all about let's see who wins this time. This special little battleground for an hour, 30 minutes, or whatever. MMORPGs have this problem where it's persistent and you're always awarded something. And if you're not awarded something, people don't want to do it. Kadooom is a great thing, right? We serve this 50-man raid, cross-server, but people don't really want to do it because they don't feel like the rewards are great. Same thing with the, with Skyfin PvP arena. People don't want to do it because they don't feel like the rewards are great. It's a problem that MMORPGs have, is the winners get stronger and the losers get defeated and get morale like in the tank, and they don't want to continue fighting because not only are they defeated, but they're losing resources that the winners have won and now are getting stronger. So the winners are stronger, harder to beat for the losers. And the losers, like, what are they going to do? They're going to try and recruit more people? Be like, hey, come join us. We just lost this big 50 versus 50 guild castle fight. Like, that sounds like a great recruitment video, doesn't it, guys? Like, who's going to want to join the losers? No, you're going to want to join the winning team. You're going to want to join the team that won the guild castle and now is dominating the server, right? Like, most people want to join the winners. There needs to be something that the losers get to help them catch up, or the winners don't necessarily win anything. So we proposed something actually in the Discord channel, and I want you guys to go vote on this, is when they do release castle sieges, we'll go back over to Discord and show this off, that they should actually give a debuff for people that win the castle sieges. So suggestion vote. Let's see if it's got listed right now. I don't know if it's listed. All right, so it doesn't look like it's got listed yet. We need another supporter to actually upvote it. But the suggestion is essentially, when the castle siege happens, the winning team gets the castle, gets the land, fun, right? They get whatever perks that the land and the castle is going to give, but they also get a negative effect for winning the castle. For owning a castle, everyone in that guild is going to get -5 combat level. And then if they want to own a second castle, because in the world of Arcage, there's 4 castle spots, I believe, which translates to mean Archeworld is probably going to have 4 castle spots as well. If they want to own a second castle, they can, but if they win that one as well, they're going to have another 5- on the combat level. So if one guild was trying to dominate the entire server and they wanted to own the entire server, they would end up having a -20 combat level. So sure, they could own the entire server, own all the castles, but it would be incredibly difficult for them to actually defend and keep all of those castles because they have this negative debuff. So that's a thought on it, and I think we could also implement that kind of thing in the arena rankings and also into the gear score rankings, right? Because the gear score rankings, they award BSLT. The arena rankings as well award BSLT. They also award cool nameplates, right? So you have these cool nameplates that are shiny and like, hey, look at me. I got, number 1, a gold nameplate, or I got a silver nameplate for number 2. So those things are cool, cosmetic. They don't do anything, but to help other players catch up and have a chance at actually fighting these top dog players, you can nerf them a little bit by giving them a negative combat level debuff on the leaderboards. In order to balance this out, I obviously would have increased the leaderboards, right? So right now, first place on the gear score leaderboards gets 2,500 BSLT per week. I would double that. So I would say 5,000 BSLT per week. And so if they want that 5,000 BSLT, they're going to take, say, a -5 or -10 combat level, right? It's a risk versus reward right there, which I think the game needs way more of. Do you want to risk losing 10 combat levels to gain 5,000 BSLT? Or are you okay not putting yourself up on the gear leaderboard? And if you don't put yourself up on the gear leaderboards, then other players with weaker combat scores can earn that BSLT by putting themselves up on the gear leaderboards. So overall, I think this is a cool system that should be implemented and definitely would help out with the gear disparity that we're seeing in Archeworld as of now. They've done a lot of catch-up events right now. The free players are getting 45 temporary day tier 4 armors and I believe temporary tier 5 weapons. There's also free scrolls being given out through the Divine Key event. So they are trying to progress and boost up new players into the game. And I think this is another way that could actually help bring people into the game again and be like, hey, you're not going to be as strong as this 30,000 gear score Ustan, but you can get yourself up, you can earn some BSLT, you can progress in the game, and you can have fun in the game. And at the end of the day, that's all what it's all about, is having fun in the game and playing the game. So Let me know your thoughts. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Like I said, look forward to that 10,000 BSLT giveaway personally in the next video. Hope to see you guys there. Thanks for watching. As always, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you hadn't, and I'll see you in the next one.